right, we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about the Jeanie bus situation, the article that came out in ESPN. And just know that any of these videos that I do they're not, I don't write them out, I don't script them out. I'm speaking from the heart when I say this or say anything, really. I don't want to cheat the viewers and basically try to map out what I'm going to say. Because honestly, I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks about what I say, and they shouldn't. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has their positions on things. So I read the whole article, read the whole thing. And most of it was about Jeanie and her family and the things that went on with the sale of the team, the history behind her and her relationship with her brothers and sisters, all that. So most of the article is personal things people are reporting on and thinking about it. First of all, the addition of everything about LeBron, I don't necessarily think it needed to be in it, but obviously that it played some sort of a role in showing the mindset of Jeanie Buss during her tenure of running the Lakers, which I can admit, and I'm a strong Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan for most of my life. So I've been through the different levels of accomplishments that the Lakers have been through and the low periods. And I'm a unconditional loyal guy. I'm rocking with the Lakers through and through. I will not change teams unless the organization itself just doesn't give a fuck about its fans or anything like that and becomes the Atlanta Hawks or some shit. Shout out the Atlanta Hawks though. I love Atlanta, all that. But getting back to it, the shit about LeBron, and this is not going to be popular because I'm not, like, LeBron isn't my favorite player. Kobe will always be my number one. He's my GOAT, my greatest of all time. He doesn't have to be yours. I don't give a fuck if you think that he ain't that, and he was him for a minute, regardless of who your favorite was. But I always viewed LeBron as Miami LeBron is my favorite LeBron. Let me say that. No one was stopping Miami LeBron. No one. He stopped himself. You couldn't stop him. He stopped himself. So, like, I'm a fan of LeBron James, but I can separate what I see from him in an organizational standpoint and him being a player. I'm not going to say that Jeanie was wrong in anything that she said, especially if it's being painted a certain way. I believe that she did appreciate the things LeBron had brought to the team. And again, this is going to be unpopular, but businesses are run, right? Whether they're doing a good job or not, they have to run. LeBron James is not in the front office. Does he have influence? Of course. But all I know is if I was running the Lakers and I have basketball minds, they have to do their job. If they're not doing their job, then we have to make changes. But I'm never looking specifically to a player for anything. As you can see, the situation with Westbrook didn't work out. Why? Because they were trying to appease a player. Now, I listened to Shannon Sharp, his comments about this, and I honestly believe I respect Shannon Sharp. I respect him as a former player, Hall of Fame player. He gets all the respect in the world for me. He worked hard in his career. He did what he did. He's a Super Bowl champion. But when we're talking about a man, and I know other people that are like this, he can speak objectively and still be biased. Now, a couple of things he said is with all this stuff, that a championship, getting Anthony Davis, and which ultimately led to getting Luka, would that all have happened without LeBron James? No, of course not. But let me remind everybody, Anthony Davis was leaving the Pelicans anyway. We knew he was leaving. We also knew he wanted to go to the Lakers, not just because of LeBron. He was, at least from my recollection, he always wanted to go to LA. He always wanted to be a part of the prestige that is the Lakers and be a part of that lineage of big men who played for the Lakers. You'll be hard pressed to find some people who was not a Laker fan, who wanted to play for a franchise like the Lakers. And that's the thing about Jeanie, especially with the LeBron situation and her feeling like oh, well, he didn't take accountability for this. And it just seemed like he was the savior. I get the Lakers weren't shit after Kobe left. They weren't necessarily too great when Kobe was in his last years. Kobe was still great. Everybody else was dookie. But the Lakers are still the Lakers, regardless of whether they're losing or winning. That's the thing about the Lakers. The Lakers will always be the Lakers. Boston will always be Boston. Chicago had that same lore, but they started losing for way too long. So it's like that kind of mystique kind of got away from them because after the 6 titles, it was over. They didn't even back to the finals or anything like that. Jordan is still the thing in Chicago. So in my eyes, I want the Lakers front office to do the things that they are supposed to do. They were supposed to be able to try to go out and get a guy like LeBron James, even if LeBron didn't want to go. If LeBron said, I'm just going to be a free agent and let the best man win, of course, the Lakers should have gone into great lengths to go get him. Why not? I was excited when LeBron got there. Hella excited. Even though he's not my favorite player or not my number 1 favorite player, still, why wouldn't I want LeBron James on the Lakers? But understand it's because for me, it's the Lakers. You want to win? You come to the franchise that got all these championships, the prestige of a championship, and then you build off of that. If Pelinka was able to get players around him, cool. Now Pelinka fucked up a couple times and then therefore should have been fired. I like Pelinka and he should have been fired. Find somebody that can move some things around to get the right players around them, to keep people like Alex Caruso, to keep people like Caldwell Pope. You do that. But when it comes to the relationship between Jeanie and LeBron, and even with the Bronny situation, listen, it's the 55th pick. Who cares? It is what it is. But it was another piece of evidence to show that LeBron had some sort of control, and that basically, just like with Cleveland, just like with Miami, to a certain extent with Miami. But you understand what happened with Miami. Riley said, this is my franchise. I'm not doing what the fuck you want to do. Trust the process. We got it. And then LeBron left. It's on this thing where probably the Miami Heat franchise has to somehow honor this nigga by retiring his number. And Pat Riley probably don't even fuck with him like that. That's another story in itself. It's probably been told, and I'm not really recollecting it right now. However, we all know Pat Riley really don't fuck with him because of how he did him. But that's a story. That's another story in itself. But as far as Lakers and the business that they run, it's always been the Lakers are the destination, regardless of whether they were winning or losing. It's the Lakers. It'll always be the Lakers. LeBron told them in that June or July, a year before he joined them, oh, I'm coming to the Lakers. Why the Lakers? See, you got to think about it. Why do you want to come to the Lakers? He could have went anywhere. He could have went to New York. He could have went to Houston. He could have went anywhere. That, especially because they were like, if other teams were winning, he could have went anywhere, but he chose the Lakers. So if I'm Jeanie, I'm looking at it like, hey, it's not that you came in and saved the Lakers, because regardless of anything, that's always going to get looked at like that. The players have ultimate power in the public eye because the fans are watching them. They don't see you. You can be in the stands. You can do all this, that, and the third. You can win executive of the year. You can win coach of the year. Understand, coaches still get fired after being coach of the year. Like, live in a society where the players, because they're the ones in front of us, are the ones that get the most credit. In football, a quarterback gets the most credit. He's the one slinging the ball. Everybody sees him slinging the ball. You got Megatron on your team. Stafford had Megatron. Stafford got looked at like he was like fine shit. But in other circles, he's like, I'm Megatron. Megatron was him. Hey, look, at the end of the day, feel that a Jeanie is a human being. Jeanie isn't not appreciative of a LeBron James. It's impossible. He made her a lot of money. He delivered a championship, or helped deliver a championship. because without that team, Rondo, KCP, Caruso, he had the right pieces in at the right time and got a championship. All the things that, put LeBron on any team, they're playoff bound or they're championship bound. That's not true because he's only won one championship. And he's been on the Lakers for years. How many losing seasons? How many seasons did they get bounced out? First rounds and shit. Like, understand the love for LeBron James, and he's a prototype player, bro. Like, never take anything away from him. If you're building a basketball player, you would build LeBron James. Jump out the gym, powerful as hell, fast as shit, smart as hell, finish around the rim, passing the ball, all that. The mindset I would probably change. LeBron would have been past 51K points if I was able to tweak his brain. But he still is who he is. Jeanie appreciates it, but you got to understand from the mindset standpoint, and I know a lot of fans want to just be like, LeBron's smart, let him do it, da-da-da. If I'm the owner of the team that you play for, I kind of want my people to have this. It's like the Jerry Krause thing all over again. Except Jerry Krause was willing to destroy the team to rebuild the team so he looked better. I don't think Jeanie wanted to trade LeBron for her and her staff to make a team to make herself look better. I just think that the mystique of the Lakers, regardless of whether they were winning or losing, because like I said, even when they were losing, the stuff about the Lakers didn't change. Were they losing? Yeah. They're expected? No. No team is excluded from that. No team. Unless you're just a terribly run franchise. And the Lakers, when past 5 years or so, 5, 6, 7 years, haven't been ran very well. Even when Kobe was there, they wasn't putting him in a position to win. I also don't necessarily think that LeBron puts people in position to win at the expense of things, right? LeBron doesn't need a max contract. All that, I played for less than the max when I was in Miami, so I'm never taking less than the max. I'm not saying he's not worth the max. I'm just saying, dude, you are a billionaire. You get money you have a lifetime contract from Nike. You're getting ads. You're getting commercial money, shoe money. Are you trying to tell me that your bum ass can't take a fucking pay cut to help the Lakers sign a free agent that's worth more? Like, you had the shot. You didn't help the organization. You just got them to a point, and then like, we need to keep doing more. We need to keep doing more. Exhaust everything. Exhaust it all. I don't care about your future. We want the now. That's the problem with the league. It is more about the now and not about the patience. No one has patience anymore. But you want to know something? You look at other teams that have patience. Golden State, Denver, they bided their time. They tried to just get pieces, tried to be competitive. Then they got into a certain spot where they had the evaluators and had good evaluators to get the right guy, and they got Jokic. Generational. And I'm not saying that LeBron's mindset is wrong. He should feel the way that he feels because he is a game changer. And we all know the old saying, if you work for a place, that place will replace you just like that. So you shouldn't give a fuck about how they feel. And I get it. I absolutely get it. I probably wouldn't, because the day I fuck up or the day I'm not useful, I'm gone. But don't have this thing where it's like, I'm coming in and I'm basically just going to use all your resources, and then, shit don't pop off. It's not my fault. They did what you wanted. And at the end of the day, if that's not appreciated, then that's insane. That's insane. Like I said, I think Jeanie appreciates LeBron and everything that he did for the franchise. And that piece wasn't necessarily about LeBron. That piece was about her family and the sale of the team. He just got thrown in it. But she feels the way she feels. She can stand on it without saying it or trying to apologize for saying something that she probably meant. You meant that shit. The fuck he gonna do? And all that, they treat they superstars like this. Hey, look, LeBron already showed you he don't give a fuck about your franchise. Are you there to win? Fuck your franchise. Use everything. If you're not using it, you're not trying everything. Okay. Get it. So is the organization obligated to do anything for somebody that has nothing to give back except for talent? Listen, if it's not just like in a relationship, if it's not a mutual love and care, I honestly don't think that it works. It doesn't. I know I don't care about shit if it don't care about me. You get drafted, you feel the love from the team and all that other stuff. And at the time, they may genuinely care about you because of what you can do for them. But this is a business. It's transactional both ways. What you can do for the organization and what the organization can do for you. Yeah, championship. Appreciate it. And we're going to keep doing everything we can to try to get you another chance at a championship. But if somewhere along the line you fuck up, but take nothing, no accountability for it, damn. Now I feel like you don't appreciate what we did for you. And that's the separator. You don't appreciate what we did for you, because when it came time for you to show it, or at least when we did some things for you and we got caught with our pants down, you wasn't there. You left us to fucking hang like a clothes on a hanger. Like, took the heat for something that we did for you. Craziness. I said a minute ago that I believe that the Lakers should just go away from him. Do the same thing like Bella on his way out. He doesn't have that much time. He doesn't have a trade clause now. He has his no trade clause, so it's whatever. But once that contract is over, if he wants to have a retirement tour or whatever, fine. But show the appreciation for that and show your appreciation for him during that time. But if he's trying to stay a couple more years and try to reach whatever goals he wants to reach, I'm not renewing that contract. We just part ways. And you got Reeves, you've got Luka. That's your restart point. You don't need LeBron anymore. You don't. It's time to remove ourselves from the LeBron James experiment. That was a success, but it's time to move on. Clearly, the relationship between Jeanie and LeBron strained, and now everything is sour across the franchise. Not just because of LeBron, but because of the dealings and the sale. And who knows what this ownership group is going to do or what they want to do. But I would just move on from LeBron. I would. Rip the Band-Aid off. Let everybody get their shit off. Let all the outlets be like, this is a mistake. Why would you just let LeBron James walk? It's time. Walk away from him before he walks away from you. You're getting nothing anyway, because if he signs another contract, it's going to be another no trade clause. So you're getting nothing anyway. It's over. You got your guys. So now it's time to build around them. Take the $50 million that he's taken up in cap and get a couple, 3 more guys that's worth helping on defense with the 3. It's time to move on. It's time. LeBron, appreciate everything you did for the Lakers, everything you've done for the squad, delivering a championship. Me personally, as a fan, I'm fine with going through years of not being relevant. But you know what? It's the Lakers, and we're not going to be irrelevant for very long. So, regardless, appreciate you, LeBron, but as good as you still are, it's time to go. It's time to leave the Lakers. It's time for you to move on. Go back to Cleveland, because Cleveland's right now. You and Donnie Mitchell, come on. You can go back to Cleveland and have your farewell tour in Cleveland where you deliver the championship. It's time.